Welcome everybody to day 4 afternoon session of F1 preseason shakedown week testing. We're live for the last 2 hours of testing, and Aston Martin and Honda should be making its debut on the track for the 2026 season any second now. They said they were coming out today. Then they said they were coming out in a couple hours. Then they said they were coming out in the afternoon. We've now got an hour and 35 minutes of testing, and they're still not out on track. They have wasted so much time. Now, if you weren't here for the morning session, we have Alpine, VCarb, Cadillac, Mercedes, McLaren out on track. I don't know if I'm missing anyone. Hopefully we got Aston Martin coming out soon. Red Bull skipped, Ferrari skipped, Haas skipped. So yeah. Anyways, we obviously had the morning session, so let's scroll up to where we left off and discuss everything that's been happening. Oh my god, stop with the I can't. No, thank god I timed him out. It deserved. I warned him. And then he got a one hour timeout. What we got to look at? Dalam is not happy with you being late. Be quiet. I'm not late. Aston Martin is late. All right, what we got to look at? Damn, you guys have been popping off in the Discord. Holy shit. What time did I end? I think I ended around... Yeah, I think this is the last thing we looked at. All right. So the timings for the morning session was 17:0 for Antonelli. Whoa. 17:0. Isn't that the quickest we've had so far? Hamilton at 18:6. That's good. Piastri 18:8. Lawson 19:3. Perez 1:22.5. Wow, that's really good. So fastest time of the entire test now is Antonelli with a 17:0. And Ferrari putting up their best time of an 18:6. That's good. Fernando is arrived at the track, but he's not even driving today. Stroll's driving today. Anything to see? What is this? How do I join the Discord? Discord.gg/Ponden. There you go, linked in chat. Russell went into the 16th. Oh, shit. Is that meant to be Aston? Sorry, is that meant to be Alonso? The hour approaches, we start to see the schizophrenia begin to sprout. Oh, people are climbing the trees. I see. Table D Tiampos. Is this the amount of laps? No way Antonelli's done 90 laps. 90 laps this morning. What? Mercedes are popping off. Piastri 48, Hamilton 87. That's really good for Ferrari. Wow, it really seems like Merc and Ferrari are the most reliable teams at the moment. Ferrari still having zero issues with their PU. Yeah, Lawson 64. That's good. Perez 38. Okay. Ferrari has just signed an exclusive technical partnership with BBS Japan. For supply of magnesium forged wheels. The two companies will work together on design, development, and new forging technologies for their products. Interesting. I thought all the wheels were done by Pirelli, I'm not gonna lie. Style. What's this? POV McLaren 2026.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Okay. Lewis Hamilton's been struggling the most through turn 10. We've seen him spin 2 to 3. We've seen a spin, 2 to 3 runoffs, and plenty of opposite lock. Damn. Car's struggling. Smoke from the circuit. It was in the pit lane area. A brief but visible white smoke from the hill. Interesting. If you are not able to get extra close to the circuit or spot a few cars, just take a plane. Wait, so someone is... Damn! Beautiful shots from a plane of the VCarb on the circuit. Guys, just go hop on a plane right now. That is funny. Wait, is it... Oh, it's a helicopter. Wait, is it a small plane or a heli? Someone go right now and see if you can see Aston. Damn. I can't tell if this is a small plane or a heli. I'm assuming this is a plane with the way it's like drifted about. I got a condo in Manhattan. First car of the afternoon on track. Calm down. It's not the Aston Martin. It's Charles Leclerc. Well, no, Aston's still not out. And then apparently Aston Martin said they were going to come out at 1:30. The Aston Martin will take between 1.3 hours to get on track. Well, it's been 3.5 hours. So they're lying. They're lying. We've passed all necessary tests and we are ready to run in Bahrain, says James Vowles. You better fucking hope so. We won't watch that video to avoid copyright. Sorry, but if you have a good understanding of Spanish, I'll leave this link here for anyone. Are they still live? How many views? They must have like 10K or some shit. Damn, 6K. Dude, these guys deserve it with what they've been doing this week. They deserve it with what they've been doing this week. Oh, they got all their footage as well. Good on them, man. Good on them for capitalizing on that. Okay. How cool it is to live near an F1 track. Shame that these trees are blocking my view. Wait, are you a Barcelona flopper? Is that Barcelona? Hell yeah. Get us some inside scoop. Lego put out this little video. No, they didn't. Lego put out a different video. Why do my Instagram links never work? I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? Anyways, Lego put out this morning, or just before.
My earliest memories of my dad racing were of him winning in a Ferrari. My dad and that car. They worked together, striving for 100% perfection.
Look at that.
The V10 engine and the new rear suspension and the refined aerodynamics. It was a beast. But my dad, he could tame it. He became one with the car. It gave him confidence to push it to the line without going over it. And now I'm a driver myself. I understand just how rare it is to find a combination of instinct and engineering with the power to make a mark in history.
Banger set. What a banger. I love this set. They've got the Senna, they got the Nigel Mansell. Now we've got the Michael Schumacher one. That might be my favorite. It looks so good. It's a shame we haven't got the Marlboro sponsor on it. Obviously because ciggies, but still. Who's getting that one? Raise your hand if you're getting that one. Small plane. Paraglider footage provided by... Okay. Rumor is that Stroll reversed into the wall instead of leaving the pits. Okay. ABS ready with the bazooka. Give them the follow. I should probably follow them. Buy one for everyone in chat. I wish I could do that. Checo lockup. Locked up, went off in the corner. Nothing crazy. James Sincliffe, I'm sorry guys, there's nobody on the grid that has more bandwidth in hand than Verstappen. See, another driver to add to that list of people who, like, as drivers, back Max Verstappen as the greatest of all time. I must say that it was kind of funny. You know how we did like a 2.5 hour stream yesterday and we discussed the GOAT of we discussed the GOAT. Usually on these live streams, no one really comments because, like, they're 2 hours long. They're not a YouTube video. Like, once the stream's done, not many people view them. I found it really funny that there was 3 comments about the GOAT debate. Either these people were watching the entire stream or they just happened to stumble upon the part where we had the GOAT debate. But it's like, consistent. Verstappen needed FIA rule breaking to win his title. Fangio, Schumacher, and Hamilton only GOATs to win 2 or more teams, not drivers who only won in the fastest cars.
Ironically, Williams is already in a better position than Aston Martin. The data on the Mercedes engine is rich and wide-ranging, while Honda has nothing. I can see Aston Martin scraping the bottom of the points barrel along with Cadillac and Audi.
You were very right, actually. You're very right. But Williams at least have the Mercedes engine data. Plus, they've sacrificed this weekend to focus on Bahrain, whereas Aston have kind of, it seems like, thrown everything they can together to get there today. I agree in terms of naturally driver talented, Max and Senna will be better. As blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I just thought it was funny. It was just like, you have the GOAT debate and then people just like pop up out of nowhere. But Mr. Hobby, thank you so much for the 300 bits, dude. I really do appreciate that, man. But no, you're completely right. I do think Williams have a bit more of an advantage now than Aston. Kill code, David the follow.
You read all this stuff now about what's going to make the real difference behind the wheel in this new reg set, and it's that extra bandwidth, right? That extra capacity to manage energy and all the rest of it. And I'm sorry, guys, there's nobody on the grid that has more you know, bandwidth in hand than Verstappen. So there's a chance he's actually going to be even higher than everybody. Like the gap's going to even grow to the rest of the field.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying yesterday. I was saying how, like, Max is the best driver on the grid, and he's kind of gotten to the point now where he's so in the flow. He understands his car. Well, maybe not the Red Bull last year because it had problems, but at least in the last regs in general, like, he kind of understood the car. Now we've got these new ERS features, and whilst the rookies are still learning the car and other drivers are still learning to get the best out of the car, Max can just fully focus on these new modes and lock it in, whether he likes them or not. I feel like he'll kind of enjoy the strategic challenge a little bit. Who's going to cook this? Is this a KFC? Okay, I thought this was KFC for a second. Is that it? Damn. Content, I guess. Hella glazing Max Pro. Okay. Alonso Championship then. It's a pink web. The glaze is crazy. Okay, guys, calm down. I've had enough of you not reading shit, TikTok chat. It feels like I'm talking to a brick wall. Well, Nancy Glover, maybe you should type something worth reading. Okay? Nancy Glover? Wait, you real? Wait. Now I feel bad. Poor Nancy, man. Poor Nancy. But they've just been sitting in my TikTok saying, read chat. Well, put something in there for me to read. Bruh. Anyways, during the F1 testing, not all teams are testing the 2026 fuel. One more piece of... Okay, wait. Run it back. This is important news. Or if it is true. During the F1 testing, not all teams are testing the 2026 fuel. One more piece of data to avoid going crazy over the lap times on track. They'll do it in the second batch of practice sessions in Bahrain. Before that, the fuel homologation should be completed. The deadlines have stretched out more than expected due to both the bureaucratic procedures and the completion of the certification process. Now, if this is true, this is interesting. And I feel like this whole, regulation coming into play with testing has been a bit of a mess. Like, you're telling me these teams aren't testing the actual fuel yet? We're like, what, a month out from the first race? We're still not testing the actual fuel? What? I don't know. It's just crazy to me how, we've got two teams not making testing. Basically, Aston not making the shakedown. We've got Audi seems like they've got a lot of issues. We've got, now we've got these guys aren't even using their fuel. Like, it's pretty crazy, man. It is pretty crazy. Some are just if they're not ready, right? Why would they do that, though? Isn't it a waste time testing fuel? But they might not be ready. So I mean, it's not ready. What's going on with Aston Martin? I don't know. They're still not out on track yet, it seems. They're still not out on track. They have fuel in the engines to run, in engines run simulation. Yeah, it's not on the track at the moment. We saw that already. Illusion. Is this Alonso arriving at the circuit?
¿Cómo están las cosas? ¿Vais a rodar hoy?
Sí, creo que sí.
¿Sí?
Haremos alguna vueltilla.
¿Buenas sensaciones?
Bueno, hasta que no me suba al coche no lo sé, pero ilusión. A ver qué tal.
Este año se puede aspirar a la 33, ¿no?
Hasta que no subamos al coche, difícil. Hay que calmar las expectativas. Primero trabajar y luego ya veremos.
¿Te sientes como un
niño de la noche de Reyes esperando
al coche?
Bueno, no, de momento.
It will just be plain black. George Russell has just set the fastest time of the shakedown. 16.9. First lap under the 17s. Damn, Mercedes won. Give them the championship right now. Williams finally firing up the engine. Wait, they did an engine? Or is this another fake? Am I about to get baited again? No, it's real. Ding, 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 ding. Shut up. Impiza and Haber. Don't know what that means. Oh, there's movement in the pit lane. What is happening? The car is so technologically advanced that it doesn't even need a driver.
In relation to win number 33, and he isn't sure how he feels.
Dude, you speak Spanish as well? You speak Aero and you speak Spanish? What the fuck? Mr. Hobby, thank you for another 100 bits, dude. Really do appreciate it. And the help. Pink Web, thank you for the follow as well. Why don't you go to Oscar Piastri? Why don't you go for Oscar Piastri? Aussie gang for life. Did you go for Ricardo and Weber? I didn't watch during the Weber era. Ricardo was one of my favorite drivers, but I chose to support a driver who was younger and had more time in this sport, and I'm glad I did, because Daniel didn't last very long, sadly. But I love Daniel. And I don't go for Oscar just because I know his personality doesn't appeal to me. I don't really like the chill vibe. I respect Piastri a lot. He's great, but he doesn't stand out to me like other drivers. I'm not a fan of like the chill kind of vibe, you know what I mean? He says he's excited to drive the 33, to drive the car, not really waiting for more than 33 wins. Right, okay. Anyways, continuing on. So that the Great Williams rebuild is behind schedule. Is bro wearing baggish jeans? I guess new year, new Max. Damn! No more skinny jeans for Max. He's got the tight. He's got the baggies on. Looks better. It looks better. Alonso Manias as people waiting to see the car.
Equipamiento es poco cuando se trata de Fórmula 1.
Nos vamos a una colina, venimos aquí todos los días a las 9 de la mañana.
Hasta que no vea la MR26 yo no estaré contento.
Hoy es el cuarto día de colina, pero el primero fue algo más complicado.
Nos amenazaron con los mozos, fue bastante heavy.
Como no escuché que
Shout out these guys.
Se los habían llevado a la cárcel, no me asusté.
Al enterarse de cómo viajaba el coche de Alonso,
y nos presentamos en el aeropuerto de Girona para documentar que había llegado escasos metros del AMR26. Buena, hola, nos ha dado las gracias, chao.
Fue el vuelo más seguido del mundo en ese momento.
Porque si hay un favorito,
queríamos ver a Fernando, pero dicen que va a ser Stroll al final.
Pues habrá que esperar. Cualquier equipamiento.
Shout out the fans. Jude, thank you. I will get there in a second. The FIA has given all teams an exemption on the sustainable fuel. There have been very inconsistent batches of sustainable fuel. That's what I mean. It's just crazy that this everything's just so delayed. Patrick PhD, Scudero Ferrari, thank you guys for the follows. Aston Martin waiting room. Honestly, man, hurry up. Oh, here's the product here. 89 euros. Damn, that's quite expensive, to be honest. 100 how much is that? 60 pounds? Is that 80 pounds? Either way, it looks good. Yo, why has he got a windshield? Meet to paradise. Why has it got a windshield, man? Is that a real pic? No, that's not real. That's AI on an old image, I can just tell. George Russell reportedly did the fastest lap, but no, that's been beaten now, apparently. Petrina's gone quite a few hours without running. I don't know if they have any problems. Shout out the old windscreen test. This obviously made it to IndyCar, but we got the Halo in Formula 1 instead. Yeah, I'm glad we went with the Halo. Halo worked out well. This looks good for IndyCar. George Russell set the fastest lap time of the shakedown again. 16.6. Again, times don't mean anything. Mercedes might be the only team pushing, but it shows that they're getting up to speed quicker and quicker. And Formula 1 is all about speed. Feel right. Oh, stop. I think we'll take a few little laps today, says Alonso. Well, hurry up. I better hurry. The Aston Martin A-Bar 26 is about to be released. Here's the real engine up. It's been out for a while. A new era starts now. Oh, yeah. I remember seeing this. Sounds like a Merc engine. Sounds like a Merc engine. Oh, yeah. Our plan is manifesting. Okay, that's kind of creepy. That is kind of creepy. All right, let's wait for some news to come out from the Aston, but hurry up, bruh. Ferrari really going the McLaren social media strat this year, man. Of just posting crap. What is this tier list for? Oh. Wait, that's real. That's real. I thought it was fake. This looked like a photo I've seen. This seemed like a photo that I've seen before. It's an official photo from Rebel Racing. Damn, you can really see the livery there. Did Aston Martin post an engine startup? So Honda was the first team to do a engine video, but it was just a audio. And then they never launched it at their launch event. And they're not out on track. So it makes me think they are a little bit behind schedule and stuff.
Must resist temptation to make Red Bull look stupid in shitpost.
Mr. Hobby, thank you so much for 100 bits. I appreciate it, dude. And Nathan, they the 100 bits as well. Now you got your Merc badge. Wait, Mr. Hoppy, where's your bit badge icon? You haven't got your bit badge icon. Are you hiding it? You save it up to get a better one? That's right, I can't handle anymore. Just show the damn car, Aston. Yeah, they're taking their time, man. They're taking their time. You guys missed the whole day due to... Yo, guys, I missed the whole day due to work. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. You missed nothing at all, to be honest. Are you going to see the Aston Martin car this year? Hopefully. 2024 Brazil photos are still one of the best. Yeah, honestly. Kim Antonelli wraps up Barcelona testing. We go to Bahrain with high confidence and high hopes because definitely it's been good. We had our issue during the shakedown, but we were able to fix them. Now we can be sure in Bahrain we can more or less hit the ground running. Mercedes look locked in like we expected. Mercedes look locked in like we expected. Come on, Aston. Please, Aston. Smig Inferno. CMG Inferno. Thank you for the follow. Baby, don't hurt me. Is McLaren on track yet? No, they haven't come back on track this afternoon. Yep. Bet it's the same as last year. You bet it's the same Aston Martin as last year. Yep. You have the Merc badge forever now. Unless you upgrade to the next badge. Everyone said that Merc, when they rocked up with 0 Sidepod 22. Let's wait and see. Yeah, I mean, it's more just like the reliability, them getting up to speed quick. It's very promising from Merc. Very, very promising. Who do you think will start last this season? Cadillac. I think new team on the grid is going to take them some time. Faux show. Faux show. I think people are looking way too hard at the shakedown for signs of pecking orders. I feel we'll be humbled at Melbourne and be shocked. I really don't think they're using the proper fuels yet. No, 100% bro. But one thing I do want to keep in mind, right, is let's go back to 2021. Was it 2021 or 2022? I think, no, it's 2021. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm fairly sure it's 2021. We showed up to preseason testing and the Mercedes was not drivable. Like, watching testing... They would turn a corner and the car would understeer. Lewis ended up in the gravel. Bottas ended up in the gravel. The car was hard to drive. And everyone was saying they're sandbagging. Testing doesn't matter. Who cares? Right? Which is true. You can't in-depth look at testing for a pecking order. But you can visually look at something and see that is hard to drive. And what do you know? In 2021, Red Bull caught up to Mercedes because of that and because of those changes. And when you watch testing, yeah, Ferrari might put a good time. But if the car looks bad and they're breaking down, you can take that into account. And I think my point is like, yes, the times don't matter, but Mercedes have come out the gates, pumped out hundreds of laps every single day that they've been on this track, which is really good. They've got the most laps of any team. Their engine has the most laps of any engine. They've set the best times, right? Whether those times are accurate, whether those runs mean anything, it doesn't matter. It's a fact that they've done the most time on track. They've got the most time on their engine. And they've set the fastest time, which goes to show they've gotten up to speed the quickest. Does that mean they're going to dominate in Australia? Absolutely not. But I think that's a clear sign that they're a top 3 team. Or not, maybe not a clear sign, but that is a sign that they are moving in the right direction to be one of the best teams, right? And look at Cadillac. Cadillac have had minimal running. They haven't had issues necessarily, but they've been really slow. They've not really set a time. I don't think they've set a time below 1 minute 20 yet. They are really slow, which shows to me they are still getting up to grips with their car. Again, they're not going to be setting 1 minute 23s at Spain next year. No, but they're taking so long to get up to speed. They're still figuring out how to get this car, / they're still doing those baseline tests. They're not on the same level as what Mercedes are right now. So that's what you look at with testing. You don't look at the time and go, oh my God, Mercedes set the best time. They're the quickest. No, you go, Mercedes are the clear, most consistent, reliable team right now. Yeah. So it goes both ways. You definitely cannot look at the times and start saying stupid shit like Mercedes are going to dominate. This team's the best and this, that, and the other. But you also can look at a wide range of things to kind of come to some sort of conclusions with stuff. 2022 Spain test, Merc went faster with a 19.1. 107% rule for Cadillac. It's a reliability test, and Merc achieved that. Exactly. Reliability at the start of the new engine regulation is almost more important than sheer pace. That is true. No point winning if you just break down. At least it means that Merc drivers are confident pushing it, so at least decent to drive already. Exactly. That's another thing. Like they've got the confidence to do that. I really hope Red Bull can get on track tomorrow. This is so sexy. What are the odds that Aston broke during shipping or something? I don't know. They're probably just taking ages. You're collecting them all? God damn, bro's collecting all the perks. Aston Martin will be on track shortly via Soy Motor. Only a few hours left to today and Aston Martin still haven't got to track. With the McLaren have been on track this afternoon at all. No. I saw a graph showing how fast new cars accelerate, literally 4 seconds from 200 to 300. Is that realistic? With the battery, maybe. Frosty Gaming, they will follow. Ferrari's going nowhere fast as usual. No, they just set a 19 earlier today. They finally set a quick time, which is good to see. They're in the Red Bull V-Carb territory now. Is the consensus still set that the cars will be overall slightly slower than new regs? Oh, yeah, they're going to be 2 to 3 seconds slower. Even probably by the end of the regs. But then again, we heard that about the last regs, and then they caught up and were quicker. So, who knows? But they're definitely going to be 2 to 3 seconds slower. At least. I'd probably say more than that for the first couple years. As everyone figures out. Because, you know, like, right now, Red Bull might have... Like this is the way you got to look at it, right? Oscar!
Lance Stroll WDC chances are fading sadding.
Thank you, Oscar. Oscar, for the 11-month resub, dude. Appreciate you coming to the Prime, man. Thank you for supporting. As always, 1 month away from a year. Hell yeah. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Like, the best way you have to look at new regs of cars, right, is like, Mercedes might have the best side pod. Red Bull might have the best shark fin. McLaren might have the best suspension. Ferrari might have the best front wing. so as time goes on, teams will be like, okay, that's the best approach. That's the best approach for this. And they'll all start kind of copying each other. The cars start to look a little bit similar. And eventually the cars do get quicker and quicker and quicker, right? So at the moment, you don't know. Yes, a team could show up and they have the best of everything and they dominate. A team could show up and they have the worst of everything and they suck. So we have to kind of like wait and see what's going to happen. But eventually, after a couple years, everyone will figure out what's the best and what's the worst, and then everyone will start to look a little bit similar. As long as we no longer have DRS trains, I don't mind them being slightly slow. I mean, yeah, that's the goal, right? Stop the equality gimmick. Mare dominating low. Huh? Time doesn't really mean anything, but run count absolutely does. Merc will have so much data compared to the other teams. Yeah, 100%. That's what we were talking about before. Williams aren't really on a back foot too much in comparison to Audi and Aston Martin, because they've got all the engine data from the Merc teams, whereas Audi have less than 100 laps right now, I think, and Honda, Aston Martin have none. Yeah, okay, see, I feel bad now. So this is Nancy Glover, who is in my TikTok chat, saying, read TikTok chat.
I am Nancy from my stream.
She's been in my TikTok chat the last 2 streams going, read chat, I'm sick of you not reading chat. She didn't put anything in chat for me to read. So then after I yelled, I opened up her profile and I felt bad. Shout out Nancy. Shout out Nancy. I'm sorry, Nancy, for not reading your messages, but maybe if you put some good messages in chat, I'd read them. I'm not gonna lie, I think she's a troll. I think she's going in people's lives, typing stuff to then make her to make you go on her profile. I reckon that's what it is. It was very AI coded messages. Anyways, so's Nancy. Sorry. L creator. Hey. At least I read TikTok chat, unlike you. Read her messages. Her messages today were literally, you're still not reading TikTok chat. How dare you? Exclamation mark. No, I have had enough of you not reading TikTok chat. Exclamation mark. It feels like I'm talking to a brick wall. Exclamation mark. I think this is a bot. Respect your elders. Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso, fever at the tests. It's not obsession, it's faith of their fandom. Okay. She had good grammar, see? I think sometimes, and Frantic, you can agree with me on this. I think sometimes you guys in chat, or not you guys, some people in chat don't realize that, like, we do see your messages. We're choosing to ignore them, okay? And I'm not saying that in a mean way, but, like, I am pretty good at reading most messages in chat. If I don't read something, there's probably a reason for it. 1, I've already said it 1,400 times on the stream. Nothing against you personally, but I don't want to repeat it. And the viewers don't want to hear me repeat it. 2, maybe I don't want to talk about it. Maybe I don't want to answer it. Or 3, I just couldn't read your message in my head, so why do I bother reading it out loud? You know what I mean? So, so when I have people in chat like, read my message, I've seen it. I chose not to read it, okay? Prices Kings, what's up, dude? Do you see the McLaren livery leak? Shut up! I can't believe this chat, man. What's this chat come to in the last few days? Yeah, lots of streamers do. It's not me. Like, people don't get it. Williams being next to Fry in the pit lane is crazy to think about. True. Darth Potato, thank you for the follow. Two-legged donkeys at Ferrari. That's mean, man. That's mean. Lewis Hamilton interview. Let's have a listen. Why does he just look sad all the time? Smile!
Are you and the team kind of where you hoped or expected to be at this point of pre-season in terms of mileage, data gathered, all the things that you've been able to look at and go through so far?
I don't know. I think we probably. Of course, we hope that we could come and have. When you come to the test, you always want to get a lot of mileage. Like today, I did 85 laps in the morning, which is amazing. And that's really down to all the people at the factory have done such a great job to make sure the car so far is really reliable. So, last year we had a worse start to testing. So this is actually, considering it's a completely new band of rules, it's better than we've experienced in the past. So I'm really hopeful that continues.
Sure. More generally, are you?
He doesn't seem happy, but I guess there's not too much to be happy about. It's just testing, right? I already know. I can already tell this is going to be a fake, so I'm not clicking up. Cadillac will have a countdown in Times Square, New York, starting Friday, the 6th of February. There will be a chrome box that will keep changing until right after the Super Bowl. The glass unfreezes to reveal the car's livery. That is sick. So I imagine it's going to be where Fortnite held their Fortnite live event. Fortnite New York live event. I assume it's going to be this. In this box. In Times Square. The car will be in there. That's what I'm going to assume is going to happen. Except they won't have Ice Spice come out. I mean, they might. They might.
Like, damn, she on her move. Like, damn, she on her move. Like,
damn, she on the move. Yeah, I reckon that's where they're going to do it. And then they'll have the Super Bowl ad play. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to do this. Because I feel like it's going to get fucked up in some way or another. I think this is super cool what they're doing. I think compared to Mercedes, Cadillac, whatever, if you're going to do a video, do something cool. And doing a Super Bowl ad. So you purposely ignore your chatters. You should be grateful. I can't believe you ignore people. Go away, Terry. Go away, Terry. Terry's coming here to back up Nancy now. Terry, I see your messages. Don't you dare come at me. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I feel like because there's too many moving pieces now. You got the New York time launch, the New York launch. You got the Super Bowl ad. I feel like it's just going to end up being a video that you see online. Like it should be like everyone's in a place to watch this drop. But anyways, I will be live for the Cadillac livery launch, whether we see it in New York in Times Square, whether we see it for the Super Bowl ad. We will be watching it on the stream, counting it down. But yeah, this is exciting. Who's doing the Super Bowl halftime show? Bad Bunny this year. You mean like F175? No, I just mean like, I don't know. I just feel like we're going to end up seeing it on social media before the Super Bowl ad plays. On the summer day when you were gone, I catch my car into the bridge. Shout out old Charlie XCX. Martin, Priceless Kings. Thank you guys for the follows. Lewis's face has 100 words. God, Aston Martin. If they don't come out today, I'm pissed.
Sorry, Ponden. I couldn't resist making it look stupid in a shit post. It's in the Discord. If you promise not to call it shit, I'll keep giving you bits.
Wait, what am I doing, Mr. Hoppy? Your post in Discord? Wait, what am I looking for? Thank you so much for the 100 bits though, Mr. Hoppy. Really do appreciate it. It's interesting Cadillac chose her to reserve when they could have chosen Jack Crawford. Jack Crawford's at Aston. What is that meant to be, bro? What is it? What are these AI? You guys are wasting water on these AI images. What even is that? What is the point? What is the point? How's Red Bull looking so far? They look really good on day one. They got a lot of lap time in. They were the quickest on day one. And then unfortunately had your crash at the end of day two. After having some issues in the morning. And they haven't been out since. It's DRS? Okay. Come on. Come on. Can we get out on track, man? I love it. Fuck just happened? Where'd my post go? I don't care. A different road. I'm in the Milky Way. It's called a Red Bull can, not a Red Bull can't. You've got this. Oh, Aston, you're killing me. You're killing me, guys. I don't care. I love it. This is what winter break does to people. Aston will be buns anyway. Why is it now Kerry's in my chat? Where are these people coming from? We got Kerry and Terry and Nancy. What is happening? Am I just getting bot attacked now? What the fuck? Wait, let me look at Terry. Oh, I just accidentally followed them.
Good morning. Thank you for stopping in for my second reading today. My name is Terry.
Are these real people? I don't even know what's happening anymore. I just we've got fucking Dalai Lama. We got Nancy, Terry, and Kerry. What is happening, man? What is happening? I don't know what's happening. Imagine a four-way title fight with Oscar, Lewis, George, and Leclerc. Imagine. Keyword. Imagine. Ponden, it's here. Aston Martin is on track! Why am I getting pinged, bro? Why am I getting pinged? Here it is!
Ahí está. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Yeah, get the shot, get the shot!
Ahí está, ahí está.
There it is! Our first look at the AMR 26.
Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
And the Honda engine. Now, they have to rock a full black livery because they didn't officially announce a Shakedown livery slash their actual livery. So we will get photos of it out on track shortly, I reckon, from F1 slash Aston.
Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Ahí está. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Ahí está. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Ahí está. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Ahí está. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Doesn't sound that loud. I mean, they are quite far away.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Didn't they mention today they're on a run speed limit? Yeah, they gotta go around slowly.
Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Ahí está. Ahí.
Yeah, it's literally like Bigfoot hunting. Honestly, it's so funny. Okay. We got some other pics. Ooh, still images. Okay. This is what it looks like. Adrian Newey's grand designs. Yeah, that's a good quality pic though. Oh, photos are coming out thick and fast now. There it is. What can we see on this? Okay. It's quite long looking. Big shark fin. Big side pod. Whoa. I haven't seen that on the other teams, right? I don't think I've seen that on the other cars. It doesn't look as crazy as I expected it to look, to be honest. From here. It's not as crazy as I thought it would be. Fireflies. Yeah, what's the sudden but basic? What do you mean? It looks everything but basic. What do you mean? Yeah, sudden cut in the back of the side pod. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing the other photos. You want to hear the engine sound? Yeah, it's kind of hard to hear in the other video. Maybe of Black Liberty we can't see. Yeah, true. The black obviously hides a lot of parts. Very gradual downwash. Yeah, exactly. Compared to the other teams which have... Well, it's quite harsh here, but yeah, not so much here. Hopefully we get a bit of video of the engine. That'd be nice to hear. Yeah, true. They're also talking over the engine. All right. That's 10 of the 11 teams now. We've got one team left, which is Williams. Mercedes is still setting fastest laps. Russell finding more improvement. Ferrari done a significant number of laps today. Solid reliability according to S Motorsport. McLaren haven't gone out this afternoon. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see if we get any more photos, though. Maybe the hole is for some is for the most insane S duct ever. These photos look better, actually. You can see the Aston Martin logo on the side. That's a good pick. Oi, 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 oi. Trying to go up with Oscar Petri, yeah, this morning, not this afternoon. Yeah, this is the new Aston. I can't wait to see a more close-up pick to compare. DJ Gaming, TG Fan, Martini, thank you guys for the follows. Looks more blocky and long than the other cars. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I meant by it looks basic. It looks more blocky, but it's probably not basic if it's Adrian Newey. I guess this is an early version. Maybe race 6 or 7 will have a huge change. Maybe, but all the teams are going to change after 6 or 7 races once they realize what the good philosophies are. Yeah, I just want a good quality pick now. Oi, oi, oi. All the Twitter guys are going crazy because Alonso's car. Yeah, Alonso and Adrian Newey could be the most expensive car. Why you hate Liam Lawson? Okay. We're being silly now. We're being silly billies. I got it drinking too much. Ooh, it has small details. What the hell is that? Kivist, what the hell is that? Is that meant to be like on the side? Oh, I see what you mean. Drink until I throw up. Winglets. Ah, I see. Interesting. By the way, am I pronouncing your name right? Kivist? Cuvist? Cuvist. Sponsored by Soy Motor. Yeah, Soy Motors must be popping off with everything this week. Night. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch streamers above 3K. Yeah, but who knows what they normally get, though. Wait. Let's actually have a look at Soy Motors' Twitch tracker. Let's see how much they've gained over the last couple days from being the big source. Damn, they've just peaked in viewers. Oh, wow. So they're at 186K. They've already got up 1,000 followers. What about view counts, though? Yeah, I mean, they've definitely, like, doubled. And then today it's huge because of, obviously, Alonso being out on track. But yeah, to think, like, they are the only source of, like, pictures and videos that we've been getting from testing, I really thought it would be, like, way more of a peak than that. But I guess that's just the way Twitch works. I mean, this worked for today's stream. But yeah, shout out to Soy Motor. The no livery is a hint to the 2015 McLaren Honda? I hope not. I really hope not. Yeah, that's so interesting. That there's the first thing that caught my eye. I want the official F1 photo of it on track. If they don't post a pic, that's fraudulent. Because every other team got a close-up pic. Oh, wow. I spotted now on track there. There are whispers Aston could have a filming day on Saturday to give them extra time after the shakedown ends. That would be smart. That would be smart. But teams aren't even using it as a filming day anymore. They're just using it as a day, as a test day. Until I throw up. Yo! Check Natchez. I'm sure it'll be linked in here. The GPS in the Aston Martin is not working properly. How do we know that? How do we know that? Breaking. VCarb admin gets a hash brown. Okay. Oh yeah, but no, that's on the other team's front wings. That's interesting. What's that though? What's that meant to indicate? A couple more days of running to come, of course. So what's the outlook from here? What's on your list for the rest of the week? We really treat this week as a shakedown. So this for us, I think I read this already this morning. So this for us is to get the car not dialed in, to get the car reliable, running, explore all the envelope, make sure it'll run in all the conditions we want it to run in. So we're going all the way around the envelope, trying every single bit we can, and then we can get to Bahrain. We'll try and dial the car in a bit better. The conditions here are so cold that doing representative lap times is obviously going to be very difficult here. I swear, this is true. I thought this was a video. Time of my life. Oh, good vid here, good vid here. There it is. That's a good vid. The amount of anti-dive on the front suspension, I think. Yeah, it looks very flat in comparison to the other cars. Let's see if Adrian Newey cooked though. What color is that flash? Yeah, why is it a blue light? I've just realized. Maybe they just installed whatever the fuck. Yeah, blue light's weird. It's weird how my brain noticed, oh, that's a blue light, but then I don't, like, think anything of it or say anything because I'm just like, I don't know. Two of the others, maybe they have Libertron, maybe. You don't think Newey will show the full car now? Well, that's fucking silly if he doesn't. TK said it's because it's in slow speed mode, right? Interesting. Okay. Imagine Aston rocked this kind of livery. Honestly, that would slap. I mean, it's a bit ugly, but brighten up the grid a bit, but it just doesn't match Aston's branding. This is scary. I can't lie. What is this? Everyone racing normally. Alonso's car after 2 laps. Okay. Red Bull will not be tested. Shut up! A closer image to the side of the AMR 26. Yeah, so we got, is that a little bit there? A bit, whoa, look at that. A sticky uppy bit there. A sticky uppy bit there. Big undercut. Holy. Massive undercut. Freaky baby. Gatorade piss green. You often don't see the brilliance of a Newey. No, that's true. Bonky bye. Thank you for the follow. I'm not sure if that one's real. It's AI enhanced. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely AI enhanced, but probably to get a clearer image. This is true. I wanna bang an image. And I never felt this way before. So I put more like a long wing. Have you read his book? Would help understanding of the builds. No, I've not read his book, no. I've been sent Ted Kravitz's book. That's the only book F1 book I've got. Jagger. Maybe they implemented blue flags in the cars now. That'd be kind of cool if they did. Mate, I got up this morning, watched you live, drove 2 hours down the road, completed 3 hours support work, drove 2 hours home, now shattered, but still a game to watch along. Hell yeah, Mitchie. Hell yeah. What a ledge. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for any more images to come out. We've got 40 minutes left of testing today, so I'm sure some more stuff will come out. Whoa. Is this the same image? No, this seems... Whoa, this seems like a way better image. More photos, more photos. Damn. What is that? Like duct on the back and that side pod is crazy. Watch this be the best aero design car with the worst engine. Watch Aston moving to a Honda engine be the worst decision they've ever made. Why did they move to a Honda engine? I don't get it. Blue lights for nitros charging? Maybe. Cooling low, engine cooling. It's been around for years. We know that it's been around for years, Chris, but this is the first one that's on this year's cars. Why though? Haven't Honda performed well in the last few years? Yes, but that Honda technology and staff members was bought out by Red Bull. So when Red Bull powertrains... when Honda decided to leave the sport, Red Bull purchased the staff members. They purchased the documents. They purchased the intellectual property of the Honda engine. So then when Honda decided to re-enter into Formula One, they had to start from scratch with new staff, new technology, new approach to the engine. Because, yeah, Red Bull obviously bought out the previous one. So that's Honda's, yeah, it's got no relation to their old engine at all. Works teams always win, that's why. I get McLaren were champs with the Merc engine, but we haven't had an engine freeze since 2022. Yeah, true. Got all the old school songs playing right now. The Halo looks different where it meets the cockpit. I think that's because there's a winglet there. It's a long game for Aston. I think the longer run, it's always good to be a works team. True, but they've been in the long game for the last 3 years. Yeah, we need a photo like this of the Aston. Why we got such good photos of every team? Okay, this is a front-on view. Is this AI enhanced? Kind of looks like it. Push or pull rod, guys. Push or pull rod. Yeah, look at that. What's that up there? The other team is saying that Newey has bought a car with solutions that none of them have. Okay. Morocco, London to Ibiza. Push rod. I guess the rumors about the radical Aston Martin design were true, yeah. Definitely a different approach to Red Bull and Mercedes and McLaren. Oh my god. Excuse me. It's a pulse rod. What's this, a mix between pull and push? Yeah, the car looks very interesting. We need this detailed pic. Give us the detailed pic. F1 fans. F1 races just for super boring, like 2 hours of nothing. Also F1 fans doing private tests. Facts. I swear if Stroll wins a championship, he ain't winning a championship while Alonso's there. Drinks up. Anything on Twitter? Lewis Hamilton after his run today, we saw that. Esteban now out on track. Okay, literally nothing. What are the pros and cons of push versus pull? I think that sounds like a Mr. Hoppy question. Yeah. By the way, guys, we have got a new video on the second YouTube channel, if you haven't seen it yet. It's my coverage of day 1 and day 2 of pre-season, of the Shakedown. Sorry, day 1, day 2, and day 3 of Shakedown testing. Honestly, one of my favorite streams that we've ever done that first day. It was so fun seeing the cars on track for the first time. So if you want to see, if you did miss day 1 or you want to see a kind of like a recap of day 1, be sure to check out that video. New video. Hip on the floor. La 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 la. Yeah, be sure to check that out. The nose of the car is wider than other cars, you reckon? Yeah, post it 3 times in case we don't see the first one. Shut your face. What's up, Fish? What the fuck is the massive vent above the side pod? I think it's, yeah, cooling. I'm going to assume. Maybe? There's more to that one interview that you watched. Maybe another F duct. What's an F duct again? Exactly. How's Aston Martin doing lately? They've literally just gone out on track for the very first time. La 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 la. Don't bra me. 10 kg overweight, half a year with no points. I've seen a close-up of the Aston Martin AMR 26. I haven't seen an F1 car look like this cool in years. Yeah, it is very interesting. What are you guys saying about... Oh, you talk about this? Like that front nose looks really wide? Is that what you mean? La, 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 la. These drawings, man. These drawings. Do the teams have free reign over the battery placement and position? I'm not sure. Vodafone duct. Not even a Shakedown livery? Come on, I know they're slacking. Bro, it's the third World Drivers' Championship. What's up, Tartix? Love the stream. Aston Martin are going to fail, hopefully Alonso retiring. Whoa, what do you got against Alonso, man? TikTok, I'm just going to restart the stream. I'll be back. To be. That coil looks very interesting. The channel for guiding airflow will be something like blown diffuser. So the Red Bull Ford engine is going to perform well in their debut. I hope so. I don't think they're as bad as what people assumed they'd be, but I mean, they did have a couple problems in testing so far, but nothing crazy. But they've also had limited runtime with the Red Bull not being out on track. Well, I mean, let's hope it gets out on track tomorrow, though. Should be. All right, where's this high quality photo, man? F1 lock in. Every other team has a high quality photo. F-ductor channels the air from the front of the car through car to rear aero parts to store the aero. The driver has to physically close a duct hole with their car while driving to use it. Interesting. How long is today's testing? There's only 33 minutes left. Sup, Eku? Where's Dalai Lama in this shakedown? He got timed out for a day after misbehaving. If I didn't know any better, I would say that this video is on loop. Yeah, it is, man. It is. Hard to believe, but yeah, the photographers are sleeping. Come on. The people that's tuning in, this is our first look at the Aston Martin, and as you can see, this is an insane side pod approach. Huge undercut here. A lot of winglets on the side, and this massive duct. Very, very interesting from Aston. It's not on loop. The new design is so radical in reverse time. True. Watch F1 not even mention the Aston today. Yeah, some bullshit like that. Cameraman hid in the bushes for this. Yeah, rare barefoot sighting. It's like the V-Carb. It's like V-Carb 2024 side pod. A little bit. Yeah, it's very different to the other teams, isn't it? Yeah, one more time. Fernando Alonso lap 58 at 58 in Melbourne. What is this? Just a reminder that Lance Stroll can do this whenever he feels like it. Yeah, this is insane. Race start in Japan. Bro's just big balls it down the inside in the wet. Everyone has side vents except Rebel. What's side vents? Do you mean like vents on the engine cover? Has Adrian Newey cooked? Not sure if it's it is quite different. Let's get a photo up of the McLaren. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's not too different. It's very different to the Red Bull, at least. Yeah, as you can see, like, it's much more undercut on the Aston. But Aston's goes all the way down to the back of the car. McLaren's drops off. And yeah, McLaren have this, like, hump. Aston Martin's cut theirs out for this, like, duct. Their shark fin looks massive. What the look at their air intake. Their air intake goes just behind the T-cam and then comes down. McLaren's goes all the way back here. Look at the difference in the air intake. So the engine, yeah, the air intake. The engine airbox, what the fuck do you want to call it? That's crazily different. Aston have this thing around the driver's head. What is, like, that's mad. And then McLaren have this big fucking barge board. Doesn't look like McLaren. I'm gonna say Aston have that. And then when you compare it to Red Bull, I mean, this is not a great photo, but like the Red Bull has like no side pod at all. Look, there's not even an undercut underneath. It's so different. Completely different approach. Was it Aston that was 10K? Every team's overweight at the moment. It's just who's more or less over. Joe, David the Bullet. What's up, X-Paz? Looks really slim as well. Alright, give us these high quality photos, bro. Yeah, watch this be the best aero car with the worst engine. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Did Audi run today? They did not.
The same principle as I explained yesterday applies here, but it works different. Aston Martin has a smaller barge board and a higher angled side pod to allow more air to enter the undercut and flow along the floor edge to provide more downforce. The last airbender, Adrian Newey, at work again.
Wait, the same principle as I explained yesterday applies here, but it works different. Aston Martin has a smaller barge board and a higher angled side pod to allow more air to enter the undercut and flow along the floor edge to provide more downforce. Damn, Mr. Hobby, thank you for the 100 bits again. Bro's cooking with the info. Yes, the last airbender is at work. Creeds, what's up, dude? Does an Alpine hit the limits? What do you mean hit the limit? Like they're 3 days on track? I think so. I think Audi will be worse than Honda, to be honest, but we might see something different. Audi's engine looks good. It just doesn't seem reliable right now. These are confined final builds. These aren't confined final builds either, yeah. Hedger's done this test only. Max has 2 4-hour testing times left. Yep. Check the image from the front again. This air intake on the side is really interesting too. Which image? Can you link in the Discord again? This one? It's way too hard to see. Have you got a better image? Oh, this one. Yeah, it's a bit more rounded. Very wide front wing. Front nose. I'll be your skin. Can't engine only be good if it's either reliable or fast. Over to Audi is any good, yeah. True, but yeah. The front wing definitely is wider than the other teams, right? Can we get other images, bro? The nose does look wider, yeah. Is this the AMR26? It is, Beelzebub, it is. Everyone who thinks that the Aston Martin were about huge laps today doesn't understand anything about F1. I don't think that's the point, Kelly. I don't think anyone expected Aston Martin to do a lot of laps today. But Aston have missed 3 days of testing, and now they've not come out until the last hour and a half of testing of today. They've lost so much time. So it's not about expectations. It's about being disappointing. Call London to make some selfies with the car. Similar to RB18 in some sense, even to the RB6 and 7. The front wing is way too simple. That ain't even close to the Australia spec, you reckon? I mean, that is the AI enhanced image, so... But yeah, that does look very weak. But that's also with the flaps down, I think, on the straight. Get together. Yeah, they're gonna do a filming down Saturday while they're at the track already. Congratulations, 105 place group pay. Is that a real pick? I look at Red Bull's Aero. Da, da, da. As it was still a Mercedes engine car, this would have been very different. Yeah, I think everyone's not hopeful with the Honda engine. Simran, name of the follow. It's crazy the difference between these two. The B Sport video is good. True watcher. Pushan Motorsport.
Welcome to a new video. Today we want to have a closer look at the airflow around the new Red Bull with its tight side pods. And we had a very good opportunity for this because the second test day was a wet day. So what are we actually looking at here? So we see the Red Bull driving on a wet track. A wet track means there's a lot of spray around the car, and spray, these are water particles being thrown around by the airflow around the Formula 1 car. So these water particles have a different density than air, so they behave slightly differently, but they give us a pretty good idea of what's happening with the airflow around the car. So we can see that there's no spray in the nose and front wing area, obviously, because there's nothing in front of it. There's also pretty clean air No spray in front of the side pod inlets, the air scoop at the top, of course. But what's really interesting to us is what's happening with the front rear wake. And we've been talking about this in my CFD videos earlier and how important it will be to position this front rear wake as far outboard as possible for the teams, so it doesn't hit the rear wing, for example. And these regulations pretty much want the teams to have this front rear wake as far inboard as possible. That's why we have these floorboards that are even angled towards the inboard side. So the regulators wanted to force the teams to keep the front rear wake closer to the car's center line, so the front rear wake would hit these things, so like the rear wing of a diffuser. But this is exactly the opposite of what the teams want. So the teams work against that, and that's why we see these super open floorboards. The background of this is that the regulators want close racing. Close racing means that you throw all these turbulences up with the rear wing and clean air closes in behind the car. And teams want exactly the opposite, so they want as much outwash as possible. They want to have this dirty air on the outside of the car, so all the clean air is on the wing. You have more downforce, you're faster, and the car behind you is driving in dirty air. Teams don't really care about how the air looks like behind their own car.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's so interesting when you think about it. Like F1 is trying to make regulations that are best for racing, and basically the team's job is to try and make the cars as worse for racing as possible. And that's why you see like the cars get worse and worse for overtaking as the regs go on.
They just want the cleanest air possible on their own wings. So if we look at what's happening here now, we can see this strong outwash behind the front
like I say,
wheels. We see
there's a lot of
outwash in the
vortexes
lower side,
there,
which might be created by the deflectors on the inner side of the front wheel, which we could see at many teams. So you can see strong outwash in this area. You can then see how this outwash is partly blocked by this floorboard, but it's also being thrown up. So you can see how all the spray gets thrown up by the floorboard, and we could see that at all the Formula 1 cars, which is quite nice. And important is, what do you do with the upper wake? So you can even see a little bit of it here. So where does it travel to? Does it travel to the rear wing, or does it pass the rear wing on the outboard side? So these are the crucial topics. And that's going to be important in the corners, not on the straight. We see it on the straight now, so if it doesn't work on the straight, it will be worse in the corners. So if we move that a little bit back and forth, we can see that actually it looks like Red Bull is able to position the front rear wake pretty much on the rear wheel, so it doesn't really look like it's hitting...
This emote kills me every time. I love this emote so much. Whenever I'm watching something that's funny. Sorry, whenever I'm watching something that's like serious, and someone puts one of them in chat, I fucking piss myself.
The rear wing, and it doesn't really look like a lot of it is flowing on the outboard side of this rear wheel, and we always need to keep in mind we are looking at water spray here, so it's not super accurate. And also, this can change with speed. So if we look at that at high speed, so on the main straight, you can see the spray here pretty nicely.
By the way, for anyone, wait, I should probably do a little rundown. For anyone new to Twitch, because there might be some new people on Twitch in general, people who've come from the YouTube and TikTok streams in the last few months or in the last few days. If you're wondering why you can't see a lot of these emotes in chat, that is because that's an extension to allow you to have more emotes on Twitch. So if you want to download 7TV, the 7TV, where is it? Yeah. If you want to, all you have to do is download this extension and you will get basically every emote on every Twitch streamer's stream. So if you ever see someone spamming shit in chat, like Joel, and you're like, why is someone spamming Joel? That's just because they want to put a fish emote in chat. So yeah, just download 7TV. And now you're Twitch cultured.
Front rear wake is flowing along the outboard side of the rear wheel, so they can't really push the front rear wake too far outboard. We can't really say here if it's hitting the rear wing or not, but it's definitely very close to it, which is pretty similar to the flow structures we saw on my CFD videos earlier on. If we follow that a little bit to here, we have the chance to see it from the rear as well.
I want to say the spray is better, but it's hard to tell.
Spray on the outboard side of the rear wheels. So it is very close to the rear wing. And there's another interesting effect we can look at, because the front wing is helping with outwash of the front wheel wake. So we can see how the trailing edge of the front wing flap is shaped in an angle, so it's not just pushing air up, it's also pushing air outboard. So that, in combination with the front wing end plates, is helping to create a strong outwash. This is what all the teams are trying in one.
That AI voice is disturbing. This is a
and
real guy,
what
man.
actually happens now if the
I've just sped up the video.
Flat. So I want you to focus on the spray in front of the rear wheel. And now the wing goes down, and a split second later, suddenly you can see.
Wow,
the spray
that's
in front of the wheel is
interesting.
gone. So I want you to focus on the spray in front of the rear wheel. And now the wing goes down, and a split second later, suddenly, you can see the spray in front of the rear wheel is gone. Let's go back. You can see how the strong spray is suddenly gone in the middle. And we can say that possibly the front wing is responsible for the strong outwash in the middle of the wake. And once the front wing is down, this outwash is not there anymore. Now, it looks like teams are not really engineering for that, but it's a welcome side effect that if this strong outwash is not there anymore, it means that this front wheel wake will move further inboard, and it will also hit downforce producing parts, which is then quite welcome because they don't produce as much downforce anymore, they don't produce that much drag anymore. So teams can reduce even more drag on the straights by that, possibly. So that's an interesting side effect. So we have less outwash.
I've learned more in this video than I have in 6 years watching F1.
The other thing I want you to look at is the movement of the rear wing. So we can see that the car is coming out of the corner. It's going through some bumps here. So it's moving up and down a little bit, as you can see, if you look at the distance of the front wing to the ground. So it's a little bit bumpy here at this corner exit. But look at the rear wing. It looks pretty stable.
So, okay. And now, this is my Adrian Newey coming out of me, all right? So every team's flaps, top 2 flaps, go down. Only Mercedes' top flap goes down. And no one can work out why their bottom flap doesn't go down. Could that be because they want to keep some air hitting this area?
Once the front wing goes down, and we
could that be the logic, guys? Could that be the logic? Am I cooking here? Am I cooking?
The front wheel wake will go more to the center of the car and possibly hit the rear wing. Now look at the movement of the rear wing. Can you see how it's suddenly wobbling back and forth, up and down as soon as the front wing is down? But when the front wing is up, it's fine. It's relatively stable. And it's not because of some
people thinking everything is AI these days.
Yeah, honestly.
This guy's voice, my shit posts. It's all gone mad.
There's Derby, David the 100 bits. Yeah, it's so annoying when like there's actually something real and they're like, AI. Do you know what pisses me off the most? When people say my avatar, my Instagram profile pic is AI. Like, bro, it's just me on an edited background. Or people look at this post and go, it's AI. No, this was made by a graphic designer. Have you heard of them? I know graphic designers don't exist anymore, but they used to.
Back and forth, up and down as soon as the front wing is down. But when the front wing is up, it's fine. It's relatively stable. And it's not because of some additional bumps in the road, because the rest of the car is not shaking up. It's only the rear wing that's suddenly shaking. So this could be an indicator for the front wheel wake hitting the rear wing now. So what did we learn from all this? Can Red Bull really position their front rear wake outboard enough to clear the rear wing?
Good vid. If you guys haven't subbed to B Sport yet, highly recommend. He gives amazing breakdown videos on Formula 1, like aero and design. His videos slap. So yeah, I highly recommend checking him out if you're interested in that sort of stuff. Excuse me. All right. Back to Discord. Let's see what has been cooking while we're watching that vid. Yeah, hey, be my lover. What do we got? What's brake boosted got to say? Oh, I need someone to give me oh no. Looks like Aston have gone down the rear corner G-line contraction route with Ferrari and Mercedes. I presume they also have sizable diffuser cutout. The airbox and engine cover is fascinating. Seems they've followed Ferrari by using minimal or perhaps no centerline cooling. The bodywork there is really tight, though that is a rather large cooling exit given the weather conditions. A closer look when we get proper imagery. More photos of the McLarens, aka Piastri, going out on track today. Spidey senses were tingling. It's giving Spider-Man. Fuck me. Fucking V-card, man. Oh, here we go! Here we go! The Adrian Newey designed AMR 26 brakes cover. Well, it's a shame it's a black and white photo with a black livery, but we get a much better look here. So they haven't got the big things on the side of the front wings. So they've joined Red Bull in not having those there, unlike most teams. Very different side pod, isn't it? They've gone for the 3 bits here, like most teams have. Not a big one like Cadillac and McLaren. But they have got 3 things there. What else am I looking at? Airbox. Maybe the smallest air intake I've seen on any of the teams. They've got this winglet here, which is very interesting. And wow, they've got huge, look at that. Winglets on the side of the air intake. So smaller air intake, and then these winglets here. Is there a proper name for these, or are they called winglets? And then a winglet here by the side. And yeah, super fat nose with the drop down underneath. So I think Alpine, it's all connected as one. They've got the drop down underneath. Interesting. Wanna be my... Someone color the image. Yeah. Adrian Newey's designs always look really different. Yeah. Grid control. They were the follow. Stroll champion, you reckon? Monster car. Aston's front wing also seems to only move the top flap. Interesting. Looks like Racing Bull's air intake. Now, Racing Bull's is massive. This is probably the smallest air intake I've seen. Above the side pod seems interesting. Meaning side pods. Adrian Newey's designs always look really different. They're hiding everything just to go P10. Q1 elimination specialist with Stroll. Now, F1 will put out a colored pick. They have to treat all the teams fairly. How much time left? 10 minutes left of testing. But I'm sure we'll get some more images soon. Basic principle suggests that a vertical flap would create drag. They wouldn't create drag in order to lay a banana peel behind them for the other cars, right? Seems like they also will have one moving front wing over that. With that side pod definition, it's either going to feel like a W13 level dominance or RB19 level dominance. I played with your heart and lost in the game. Bring back Britney Spears, man. Sabrina Carpenter wishes she was Britney Spears. For real, for real. Aston will get an extra hour, FA had said. No, that's cap. If that's real, I'm pissed. I'm protesting that if I'm the other teams. I think you're getting mixed up with the filming day that they're doing. They're doing a filming day. Chat GPT colored version. Yo? What the fuck? That's actually done a really good job. Shout out AI. I don't know what this red is, but they got the jackets and stuff, right? I'm in love. What the fuck? That's actually a banging image. It'd be very delicate to change the front wing if there was an incident and the thing is damaged. Do they have the hole in the floor? Oh, yeah, good point. I don't think so. I don't think they do. Head running from my head, running from my... I want the F1 image, though. The F1 image isn't going to have any fucky... They're just going to post it. Rain, they have the follow. No, they ain't posted anything yet. Look at the difference between these cars. I'm not gonna lie though. I love these old school cars as much as the next guy. But I think if you look at these cars, I can understand the 22, 23, 24, 25 cars. But I think if you look at these new 2026 cars and say they're ugly, I generally think you're just stuck in the old ways. Because I think these new cars are beautiful. I mean, it is obviously just personal opinion at the end of the day, but, you know, these are beautiful. These are beautiful. These can both be beautiful. You know what I mean? Blondes and brunettes are both beautiful. There's not a better one. They're both great. Just like the old school cars are good and the modern cars are good. Why are we picking what's better? They're both good. No car for Alonso tomorrow. Wait, what do you mean? I think overall they are great, but the rear wings look a little too chunky. I think it was Tom97 posted a tweet that was like, if you just lower the rear wing down, these cars look a lot better. I gotta agree. 5,555 days since a McLaren displayed the #1. Are there high res pics of the Aston? No, not yet. We're waiting. From my head, waiting from my head. From my head, running from my head. This is the best pick we've got so far. Well, it's that, but someone's AI'd the colors, so it looks a bit better. Stroll crashed? No, Stroll didn't crash. Are they really getting Stroll to test it first? Yeah, he was first out. The runners like Merc 2021 sides like an updated Red Bull kind of and rear wing, like McLaren intruding. All teams will have their head scratching trying to understand all that going on with Aston Martin. Yeah, but the thing is, look at Mercedes 2022. Everyone was like, holy shit, this is the best concept. If Mercedes get this to work, it's going to dominate. Best innovation we've ever seen. It sucked. In theory, it was good, but it sucked. So there's no point at the moment looking at Aston, looking at McLaren, looking at Red Bull, looking at any team and going, fuck, we need to copy them. They've got this right. Because who knows what approach is right. And at the moment, for all we know, aero could mean fuck all, and you can win with the worst aero package with the best engine. You know what I mean? If we show up to Australia and it's Mercedes, McLaren, Williams, Alpine, I think we just know that the aero just doesn't matter and just, you know, what, as much. And it just comes down to the engine. Because, like, look at Red Bull, right? Like, Red Bull back in, like, 2018, 2019, 2020, like, amazing aero package, you know? They'd always win Mexico. They'd always win Monaco. They'd always win those high downforce circuits. But as soon as you get to a track where the engine matters, that they couldn't compete with Mercedes. And, like, it you know, it does come down to the engine at the end of the day. So there's no point really copying another team and then going down the wrong approach. Because no one knows what's right, yeah. There's a better view of the car on Twitter if you haven't seen it already. Whereabouts? Try to increase the brightness and removing the shadows from the photo does indeed look very unique. Cinema, and watch you forever. Oscar Pesci didn't drive the MCL 40 this afternoon due to McLaren encountering a fuel system problem. Yikes. Where's this other image? Chuck it in Discord. I would crash on. It's the way you are. The car's back on track according to Soy Motor. It doesn't matter what any racing car looks like. All that matters is if it wins championships. Well, we're talking about the regs, not the individual teams' cars. Yeah, I don't think anyone goes, ooh, that's an ugly car. That shouldn't have won a championship. But, like, the regs as a whole, people obviously look at and go, these look nice, these don't. Can't wait for every car to DNF at Melbourne except Checo. Checo's DNFing first, buddy. The Williams said the airbox is for Stroll, so he does not spin out. They'll be removed when Alonso is testing. Ah. Surprise, surprise. An issue when Oscar's driving. Shut up. Not getting notifications when you go live on the tubes? That's weird, Julio. If you join the Discord or join my broadcast channel on Instagram, you can get notifications there when I go live. AMR 26 rear suspension looks like it's a push rod. I really want this F1 image to come out. Soy Motor posted some stuff. Cinema. Yeah, we saw all these. Yeah, we've seen all these already. watch it forever. Only reason on here, but it's weird. I used to get notices when you're live on the choose. Try clicking the bell again and see if it like switched for some reason. Soy Motor better be a million after this. We just look at their Twitch. Their Twitch is popping today because obviously Spanish Alonso's car's on track, but they haven't seen as much growth as I thought they would. But like they're gonna definitely become a way more trusted news source now, and they definitely would have gained a lot of followers from this. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows their name now, which is insane. Mr. Hobby, they were another 100 bits. All right, analysis incoming.
From what I can see, Aston Martin is trying to force as much air along the floor edge as possible. Looks like they went for pushrod front suspension as well. Not sure how front wing end plates affect outwash, but I'm sure B-Sport will do another great video explaining it. Aston Martin advantage locked in for years, Stroll dominance may bore fans. Pack it up boys, it's all over. AMRWCC confirmed 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, pack.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Mr. Hobby. Master testing made them hella useful. Oh, yeah. How many soy motor watermarks have I seen this week? When will Bahrain testing start? So not next week, but the week after. Let me see if I can show you the calendar. Yeah, so this is how next month looks. So, yeah, so we got one more day of practice tomorrow. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to watch Formula E this weekend. If you guys joined us to watch Formula E in Mexico, we're not going to be able to watch it on stream for Miami. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the footage, but I've been told we might be able to get it for Jeddah, which would be cool. So Formula E watching parties should hopefully return at some point. And then Mercedes, we got their season launch on Monday. Yes, they've already revealed their car, but they're doing a season launch on Monday. And then Tuesday is the Williams car launch, only virtual now. And then this weekend, we're going to be doing our teammate, next weekend, we're going to be doing our teammate head-to-head predictions on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Cadillac are doing their car launch. And then Monday, we've got Aston Martin and McLaren. And then we've got 3 days of preseason testing, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with Formula E at Jeddah that we'll be able to watch on stream. And then we're going to be doing our Livy rankings. And then the week after, we've got another preseason testing, 3 days. And we're going to be doing our championship predictions on Sunday. And then the following week, we've got Drive to Survive coming out. And then the week after that, it is OzGP. So another big month coming up. Wait, Aston broke down? Oh, no. Lance Stroll's broken down on the track. Red flag to end the day. No. No. Damn. Do we know if it's broken down, though? Well, I guess if it's stopped on track, it's broken down in some way, right? Soup fart. That sounds very nice. Thank you for the follow. No way. No way. They only did like 20 minutes of running, bro. So Dewey has done everything different. Yes, there's a hole on the red diffuser. Oh, they do have a hole on the red diffuser. Damn. We'd like to see a price drop if they pulled that crap from the calendar. Wait, pull what crap from the calendar? That's crazy. Wait, we got a photo of it breaking down or something? They did an installation of now came out again and broke down at the second lap. Yo. Where are these high quality photos, man? Yeah, we need a telescope video again. Come on, lock in. Is this it breaking down? Why would they move from Honda, man, to Honda, man? L. Why are we blaming Stroll, guys? What would have Stroll done? What's Stroll done? Stroll's not done shit. Perfect, over the bullet. What car is that? It's the Aston Martin, Noah. Someone said Alonso was going out. No, he's going to be out tomorrow. He should be. GP2 engine, guys. GP2. Car refuses to let Stroll drive. Stroll probably pressed the brake and gas at the same time. Guys, don't bully Stroll like this. Thumb number, there with the follow. What do you think the order is right now? Mercedes 1. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think Mercedes is the best, though. For sure. Stroll drives like Walter's son in Breaking Bad. The other cars sound like they're crying. Kinda. If you ever read the engine upshift late, you can't mess with the motor. Stop laughing, chat. It's a shakedown. Yeah, I'm obviously Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull top 3 right now, but Ferrari look reliable as well. They just haven't done really any good quicker laps. The guy behind the camera sounds like he's crying, man. They have limiters for downshifting, don't they? That would be ridiculous if not. Honda are cooked. All right. Well, that wraps up. The stream's not over yet, but that wraps up testing now as of 4 minutes ago. We'll wait for a little bit more news to come out from the final minutes of testing, specifically this issue with the engine that Aston's ran into. But yeah, kind of crazy that they did a whole shakedown. So kind of crazy that Aston, let's be real, Aston missed 2 days of shakedown. Can we say that? They came out in the last hour and did 3 laps. They came out and did 2.5 laps. That's a joke. That's a joke. Honda's on a total of 3 laps at the moment. I mean, look, at least they got out today. At least they shake down the car. At least they've had this problem. But yeah, this is terrible for Aston. The car looks good. Doesn't look reliable at all, though. You know, they're having issues that VCARB, that Haas, that Audi, that Alpine had on day 1. That Red Bull had on day 1. They better run the whole day today. Otherwise reliability is due. You mean tomorrow? But yeah. He got out of the car and threw up. Okay. 2023 Aston Martin was so weird. They were so good at the start of the season, then went back to their usual form. Yeah, I think they just abandoned. I don't know why they just abandoned and went full on 2026. They were so bad at developing. Stop going and dissing Honda. Don't you forget Red Bull was dominating with Honda? Yeah, I keep seeing that comment a lot in my chat. Just to remind people, Honda left Formula 1. And when they left, Red Bull purchased the IP, the intellectual property, of Honda's engine and created Red Bull powertrains. They purchased the engine technology. They purchased the staff members. I believe they even purchased some sort of parts of the building, if I'm not mistaken. So when Honda decided to re-enter into Formula 1 with their partnership with Aston Martin, they had to start from fresh. Fresh staff members, fresh technology, fresh IP. So they're back to square one. It's not the Honda. It's not Red Bull Honda. It's Honda. And Red Bull Powertrains Forward is basically what Honda was. Red Bull Powertrains has basically existed for the last... since 2022. Honda has existed as of, what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, once they partnered with Aston Martin. The only thing they have is their information that they have from their road cars. That's all they've got. They don't have any of the intellectual property or anything to do with Red Bull's 2026 engine. No, Honda did not sell the intellectual property rights of the Formula 1 engine outright to Red Bull Racing as a clean transfer of ownership. Instead, Honda and Red Bull reached a licensing deal. Okay, well, still. It's not the same. Put it this way. It's not the same. It's not like Red Bull lost Honda and went with Ford. Red Bull and Honda basically split half, and Ford partnered with Red Bull and Honda partnered with Aston. So it's, yeah. I'm sure they oh yeah, Red Bull took heaps of Honda employees, but I'm sure a few Honda members probably would have stayed with the Honda side of things. Matt G, Payne, thank you guys for the follows. Honda were really good and reliable. Must be Alonso. They were good and reliable after the engine freeze. Before the engine freeze, they weren't. And 2021, who dominated? Who dominated in 2021? Mercedes. They only bought the building and took some staff, some key staff members of Honda. They never go with the hype. Really? If I've been proven wrong here, then I appreciate you for letting me know. But I swear the information was that Honda, Red Bull, racing engine split. Red Bull's self-reliance. Following Honda's initial announcement to leave F1, Red Bull formed its own engine company, Red Bull Powertrains. This made Red Bull determined to produce its own engines, leaving no room for a full-scale partnership with Honda. Failed collaboration talks. The negotiations for a 2026 partnership where Red Bull would produce the combustion engine and Honda the electric parts fell through. Different 2026 path. Honda decided to return to F1 officially to align with the new, more sustainable 2026 regulations, eventually choosing to partner with Aston Martin. Ford partnership. Red Bull opted to partner with Ford. Partnership legacy. Despite the split, the partnership has been highly successful with the Honda Power. Red Bull Racing utilizes Honda's Formula One power unit intellectual property through a licensing agreement with ownership of the IP remaining with Honda. Oh. Following Honda's official 2021 departure, Red Bull Powertrain began using this IP for 2022 to 2025, supported by Honda, before shifting to their own power units for 2026. Okay. Honda retained all intellectual property rights to the power units developed during their partnership. Red Bull Powertrain was granted the right to use and maintain this IP for the 2022 to 2025, covering the F1 engine development freeze. Honda continued assembling and providing technical trackside support for engines in 2022 and 2023, with full responsibility shifting to Red Bull later. While Red Bull uses Honda IP to run and develop the current engines, this agreement ends in 2025. Red Bull cannot use Honda's IP design. Ah, okay. I don't know where I got that mixed up then. I thought this happened, but the other way around. So Red Bull took the IP and Honda had to start fresh. Okay. Well, I still think my point applies to a degree in the sense of like Honda did leave the sport and they were still they still have the IP. They had the IP with, which I didn't know. They took all that information with them to the new engines, but Red Bull have kind of been working behind the scenes on the 2026 engines for ages, whereas Honda only just recently passed it with Aston and kind of had to start fresh in that sense. And Red Bull would have taken a lot of key members with them. Okay, so Honda aren't starting as fresh as I thought. Interesting. Okay. Me when I spent bladed information. My bad. Hey, I just came home. Anything surprising today? No one really dominated, I think, in 2021. Mix of Red Bull and Merc. Well, I think Merc had the better engine in 2021 for sure. Any specific reason for Aston's move from Merc to Honda? Except money. They want to be a works team, so they want to have their own. They want to have their own say over the engine. The car is too good that the engine can't handle it. Red Bull and Honda also hired over 200 Mercedes engine employees. Yeah, I think I saw somewhere that Red Bull have 600 employees just for the engine at the moment. If anything, it should have been harder for Red Bull and not Honda. So it's just Ford engineers and Red Bull Powertrain, yeah. But it would be the same people that worked on the Red Bull engine since 2020 and Honda engine since 2022. Because they'd still be on Red Bull, like, they'd still be getting paid by Red Bull technology, not by Honda. Like, when Red Bull were working on their engine with Honda from 21 through to 2025... they're being paid by Red Bull technology, not by Honda. So when Honda chose to leave the sport and sign with Aston, they don't just take all the Red Bull's engine staff. They stay with Red Bull. Yeah, you're correct. Honda is starting pretty fresh. The race made a breakdown on their YouTube about what happened in the old Honda. Oh, can you link that? That'd be interesting to watch. Well, I'm on the stream, by the way, Donster too. McLaren had an issue with their fuel system, which meant they could not run this afternoon. Yeah. Do you see the Sam Collins vid? No, I haven't yet. Like most of their engineers, they relocated other projects bought by Red Bull. Anything surprising? Well, Aston Martin came out on track for 2 laps and then broke down. That's the most interesting thing, Remco. Fire breath, fried up. Thank you guys for the follows. The majority of Honda engineers remain with Honda HRC. Is that true? Rebel Powertrains did hire a small number of key Honda personnel, mostly engineers. Is that a blue flashing light? Yeah, I think the blue flashing light indicates it's going slow. So Honda without Red Bull is not the Honda that was with Red Bull. So Honda without Red Bull is not the Honda that was with Red Bull. Basically, it's probably split down the middle. Hope they get some running tomorrow. I literally support Honda, not Red Bull, Aston Martin, etc. from McLaren times with the GP2 engine. What does the Aston look like? What about the rear wing? We've got some photos here, which we were looking at before. When Lance was dropped on his head, they didn't take him. Okay. I don't know, man. As a Ford Mustang owner, Ford loves their Ford technicians. New to F1, I think I'm going to root for Cadillac since they're also new. If it's anything like the Texans, who were created in 2008, I'll be happy with just race finishes. That's the spirit, man. I like when people get into the sport and kind of support a driver that, or team, or whatever that, you know, is newly existed with them so they can support them from the very start. Simple actually lost? No. Your streams are addictive, man. I love to hear that. Nico, stay with the follow. All right. Let's have one last look through Discord for the day. Damn. What's that from? The rear wing end play the A526 yesterday due to debris. The fuck? The AMR 26 completed 5 laps in total. Lance Stroll has managed to set a time, but at a low speed, as we confirmed this morning, at 1:46, shortly after the red flag. Franco Pinto reveals what Alpine have been working on during the Barcelona shakedown.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot. Of course, you know, new cars, new generation. It's a complete new era.
Oh, can't watch that because it's Sky Sports. The craft behind the rush. Cute. No barbecue. Looks like it's something electric or some sensors. Stay calm. Or more images of the Aston stopped. How has Lemons come out of the woodworks, man? Alright. Is this the same video we just looked at? Yep. Alright, well guys, that wraps up day 4 of F1 preseason shakedown week testing. Thank you guys all for joining. Ponden, can you read this? I can, Sophia, I can. Why are so many people coming to my TikTok chat being like, can you read this? I read TikTok chat. So why did it stop the end? We don't know yet, but I mean, those people are saying it sounds like it's an electrical issue. Anyways, guys, that is it for day 4 of F1 preseason shakedown week testing. We did 2 streams today, morning and afternoon. Thank you guys all for tuning on in. We will be live again tomorrow for day 5, the final day, where we'll have a lot of teams out on track for their final runs. Hopefully Aston Martin some more. Yeah, we'll be live at 8 a.m. UK time for a couple hours, and then we'll be live at 3 p.m. for a couple hours as well. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching today. Really do appreciate it. Be sure to follow, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to join the Discord as well. HTTPS discord.gg/Ponden. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. Check out the new video on the Ponden Plus YouTube channel if you haven't already as well. But yeah, YouTube, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like. I'll see you tomorrow for the next stream. Bye-bye.